Well, welcome to another episode of From the Vaults of the Beaumier Center. My name is Daniel Truckee. I'm director of the Beaumier Upper Peninsula Heritage Center here at NMU. And today I have a really cool piece of both Hollywood film history, television history, and Northern Michigan University television history. And this is a J.G. McAlister keg light produced by the J.G. McAlister Company of Hollywood, California in the 1930s. Now, this originally was a gas keg stage light used for television productions and maybe film productions as well, meaning that it was powered by gas, but then it was later switched to electricity, probably in the 1940s or 50s when studios switched over to using electricity to run their lighting setups. It was purchased by NMU's Public Broadcasting Department, but before that it was owned and used by Filmways, a California-based television and film company who owned the light and used it specifically in filming the 1960s comedy The Beverly Hillbillies. Now, J.G. McAlister Incorporated has been a business of manufacturing motion picture lighting and production equipment since 1926. Now, although the company has changed hands several times throughout the years, it has maintained the respect of professional filmmakers, providing television and major motion picture studios with quality products and services. In the 1940s, it merged with another company to become the Bardwell McAlister Company and had over 200 employees in 5 separate plants in Southern California. During World War II, B&M dedicated 3 of those facilities to producing bomb loaders and other military equipment for the war effort based on the design of their camera dolly and other products. On the side of the light, you'll see it says Filmways. And Filmways was a television and production company formed by Martin Ransohoff and Edward Casper in 1952. The company originally produced television commercials and documentary films. In 1959, Filmways entered the television sitcom arena in a big way with the series Mr. Ed. And in 1962, Filmways produced its biggest hit, The Beverly Hillbillies, for CBS. And this light was used on the set of that show. Other popular shows produced by Filmways were Petticoat Junction, Green Acres, Addams Family, The Hollywood Squares, and Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman. Filmways ceased to exist when it was reincorporated as part of the Orion Pictures Corporation on August 31st, 1982. In the mid-1960s, NMU began broadcasting educational television programs to schools and community colleges and other parts of the UP. This was an early version of what we now call remote learning, but was not broadcast directly to individual homes. In 1972, WNPB began its first broadcasts of educational programming to the general public from NMU. In order to create a more professional broadcasting programming setup, they equipped a new studio here in the Learning Resources Center, or now Hardin Hall. They purchased used television equipment, and this included several stage lights from Filmways. In 1975, the station connected with PBS, the Public Broadcasting System, for live programming and changed its call sign to WNMU. In 1976, WNMU upgraded from black and white to color, and in 1986, they expanded broadcasting to the entire Upper Peninsula and northeastern Wisconsin. In 1987, WNMU began receiving PBS programs via satellite, and in 1987 they inaugurated stereo broadcasting for television. The station is still a very important part of the educational outreach mission of Northern Michigan University, bringing quality educational programming to our region for almost 50 years. And this is a wonderful historical item from the studio and from Hollywood. The studio today is still, of course, very active right in this very building, Hardin Hall, with much more modern equipment than this. But we were really happy to be able to get this to be part of our collection when they were clearing house not too long ago. So we appreciate that. It was used in a technology exhibit we had on technology at NMU a couple of years ago. So with that, we'd like to thank you again for joining us for another edition of From the Vaults, and we'll see you next week with more cool stuff.